A surprisingly good night of seeing. It's now 6:25 p.m. I'm going to be going inside for a little bit before I go ahead about exploring the NGC 50 to 99 series. It's the 10th of November, Monday night in 2025, and there is a nice 5-second view of Messier 31, 32, and 110. And I really love the way 110 is popping down here. So let's take a quick, I'm going to take knock off for the time being, be back out in a little while, resynchronize the scope, and then we'll be off and running. Okay, well, it's only a few minutes later. I got motivated to get started right away, especially by this beautiful 5-second multi-stack exposure. 43 stacks, none were ignored. Stars look nice and sharp. I did some alignment of the primary and secondary today. Let's push it up to 100% e-zoom. The stars look pretty good. It does look like spiracles. So maybe the alignment did get improved a little bit. So there's our view of the center of the Milky Way, Great Andromeda Galaxy from 25,000 light years out in the Milky Way. Okay, what we're looking for here is probably this galaxy right there. NGC 50, galaxy in Cetus, magnitude 12.4. Pretty much football oblately presented, 2.4 by 1.8 arc minutes. A lenticular spiral. Let's do our zoomage on it. Oh, well, maybe it's, we're seeing the spiral arms in this baby here. This is more likely to be a lenticular. It looks like it has a ring around it. It's at right ascension 14 minutes 44 seconds with a declination of -7 degrees 20 minutes 43 seconds. A very fine view of both galaxies. And I do suspect this is NGC 50 right there. Okay, this one's a pretty far north. It's NGC 51, the galaxy in Andromeda. I suspect we're getting some blockage from the roof try, but we are getting a pretty decent view. See if we can pick out NGC 51's magnitude 13.1, 1.7 by 1.4 arc minutes in Andromeda. It's a spiral of the lenticular class with some peculiarities. Not sure where it'll be on this field. Does look like there's some faint hits of a galaxy there, but certainly not bright enough. The field of view looks pretty good. I'm not going to make any claims about this particular galaxy, but I will back out to about 70x so we can survey the field, and maybe, just maybe, this is our galaxy down here. There's several galaxies, nice edge on. This is a beautiful area right here. Let's zoom in and capture all of them before I bail. Okay, if I didn't give you the data, it's 13.1, 1.7 by 1.4, lenticular peculiarities, 239 million light years distant. RA 14 minutes 34 seconds with a declination of plus 48 degrees 15 minutes 20 seconds. And it's because it is pre-culminatory that we are getting such a fine view of this galaxy field. All right, NGC 52 is quite present on the screen there. Looks kind of edgy on, doesn't it? It's a galaxy in Pegasus, magnitude 13.3. We'll go to 150x. 2.2 by 0.4 arc minutes. Yeah, that qualifies as an edge on. Spiral with a lowercase c. Not much of a core. 244 million light years distant, puts this at about 160,000 light years in diameter larger than the galaxy we originally viewed, Messier 31. Right ascension 1440 with a declination of 1834.51. And there is our look. Okay, we have here NGC 54 with apparently a satellite passing through it. 54 is probably this galaxy right here, although there are several in the field. It's a galaxy in Cetus, magnitude 14.6, 1.3 by 0.5 arc minutes. Spiral, the lowercase a, 237 million light years distant, puts it at about 60,000 light years in diameter. I think we just saw this region earlier. It's magnitude 14.6, light ascension 15 minutes 7 seconds, and that same minus 7:06:26 in declination, pushing it up, centering all these galaxies up once again, and take your pick. Okay, here we're looking for NGC 57, a galaxy in Pisces. Pretty obvious if that maps up against data. Yes, indeed, magnitude 11.6, 2.2 by 1.9 arc minute. Elliptical galaxy. No doubt this is our sweetie right there. There's a much fainter echo off in the distance. 244 million light years distant, puts it about larger than the Great Andromeda Galaxy, which is quite amazing for an elliptical. They usually condense. Light ascension 1530 with a declination of plus 17 degrees, 19 minutes, 40 seconds. Looks like we're back to that galaxy field again. Here we have our look. We're looking for NGC 58 this time. It's a galaxy in Cetus. It's also NGC 47. We should have imaged this the other night. Was the last view, magnitude 13.8, but I don't think we had nearly as good conditions. 2.3 by 2.1 arc minute. Spiral with a capital B bar, BC, 2.5 times removed from lenticular. 255 million light years distant, another larger than Andromeda Galaxy. 14 minutes 30 seconds in right ascension, declination minus 7 degrees, 10 minutes 4 seconds. Here's our 35x view of NGC 59. No doubt that's sweetie right there because it's magnitude 12.4. 2-to-1 aspect ratio, 2.6 by 1.3 arc minutes, and a lenticular spiral, only 18 million light. Whoa! Can't be 18 million light years distant. That's nothing. This is a tiny, tiny galaxy, no more than 5 to 10,000 light years in diameter, the size of Messier 32 even. Right ascension is 15 minutes 25 seconds with a declination of minus 21 degrees, 26 minutes 38 seconds. Wow. I'm going to push it up to 150x and let you have that final look of Messier 59. No, that last one wasn't Messier 59. It was NGC 59. This is NGC 60, galaxy in Pisces. Magnitude 14.1, vaguely showing right there. 1.3 by 1.2 arc minute, spiral with a lowercase c, so not much of a core, but it is 523 million light years distant. This is brilliant. 14.1 magnitude at half a billion light years. And its size is somewhere around 180,000 light years in diameter. So it's a good look for a spiral class C. Amazing. Right ascension 15 minutes 58 seconds with a declination almost right on the ecliptic of the celestial equator of 18 minutes 14 seconds. I think we should take a moment and push this all the way up to 100x and honor the fact that we are seeing a half billion light year distant galaxy. Okay, we're looking for NGC 61A, and it shouldn't be an easy find at 35x because it's magnitude 14.4, 1.1 by 0.7 arc minutes in size, a lenticular spiral, probably one of this pair right here, if that isn't a star neighboring it. 354 million light years distant, puts it about 100,000 light years in diameter with a right ascension of 16 minutes 24 seconds, a declination of minus 6 degrees, 19 minutes 4 seconds in Pisces, pushing up to 150x and getting that view. We can see this is probably our galaxy here, although we'll have to confer with adventuresindeepspace.com to really confirm our views. Well, there was no motion on the part of the scope going to NGC 61b, so this is definitely a pair of galaxies. I'll have to give you the data on 61b. I kind of messed up here by not having pre-entered, but fortunately we're low in the catalog. B is a galaxy in Pisces, magnitude 15.5. Wow, 1.1 by 0.8 arc minutes. This is not a 15.5 magnitude galaxy. There must be something else in the field. However, it hardly jumped at all. Large, 1.1 by 0.8 arc minutes in apparent size for 15.5, 355 million light years distant, probably 110,000 light years in diameter. RA 16 minutes 24 seconds with a declination of -6 degrees, 19 minutes and 20 seconds. We're getting one of these trails over here I detected a couple of nights back when we were going to have a look at NGC 62, a galaxy in Cetus. There's our suspect, rounding it up. Magnitude 14.4, 1.1 by 0.8 arc minutes, spiral with a lowercase a, so a brightish core. It corresponds. 289 million light years distant. Right ascension 17 minutes 5 seconds with a declination of -13 degrees, 29 minutes and 11 seconds. And pushing it up to our 150x, there is our view. Our next study is well placed on the screen. NGC 63 is a galaxy in Pisces. Keep pushing the magnification up. It's magnitude 11.6, the brightest of the evening. 1.7 by 1.2 arc minutes. Kind of small for such a bright galaxy. Spiral with peculiarities. 55 million light years distant, probably only about 25,000 light years in diameter. RA 17 minutes 45 seconds with a declination of +11, 2659. Okay, here we're going to have a look at NGC 64, galaxy in Cetus. Here's our galaxy, and here's probably a couple of space objects moving overhead. Please make a right-hand turn really quickly, and then I can declare you a UFO. Anyway, it's magnitude 14, 1.6 by 1.1 arc minutes, spiral with a bar, lowercase bc, kind of edgy on, but not in its apparent size. 324 million light years distant, puts it about 150,000 light years in diameter. Right ascension 1730 with a declination of -6, 49, 31. Okay, we've gone deeper south once again, and we're getting another one of those trails where we should be seeing NGC 65, a galaxy in Cetus. Magnitude 15, 1 by 0.8 arc minutes, 0.8. Spiral of the lenticular class with a bar. 336 million light years distant, puts it about the size of the Milky Way. I do believe our galaxy is in this region here. Obscured. Right ascension 1859, declination of -22, 52, 49. And pushing it up just a little bit more, we are sort of making the galaxy out in the background, and there are several others in the field of view. Okay, not too far from 65 with 66, we're seeing the same field of view. It's probably once again obscured by the jet trail, the luminous jet trail before us. Let me give you some data. 66 is a galaxy in Cetus, magnitude 13.4, 1.2 by 0.7 arc minutes, spiral with a bar and a ring. I would expect to be able to see a ring just barely of a 13th magnitude galaxy. 338 million light years distant, Milky Way size, right ascension 19 minutes 4 seconds, with a southerly declination of -22, 56, 13. Here we're having a view of NGC 67, much further north. Plenty of galaxies aplenty, and all really highly condensed. This is a galaxy in Andromeda 67, magnitude 14.2, small. We're going to be probably hanging out here quite a bit, actually. 3.3 by 0.2 arc minute elliptical, 296 million light years distant. It's probably no more than 20,000 light years in diameter. RA 1814 plus 30 degrees, 3 minutes 46 seconds. I wish I could remember which way east was, but we should probably be progressing one direction or another on this galaxy group. And quite a group it is. Here's our 100x view, populated by 6 or 7 different galaxies. Let's see if we stay in this region. We should be centering up on the next galaxy now, which is probably this one right here. I did hear a click. NGC 67A. And I was remiss once again in not entering in the... Okay, 67A's Galaxy and Andromeda. This is really faint. Magnitude 15.7, 0.4 by 0.2 arc minutes. It's an elliptical 5, 275 million light years in diameter, maybe 30,000 light years in its actual size. Right ascension 1812 with a declination of plus 30, 0318. Let's see what else we tracked down in this group. We're now off to NGC 68. Galaxy and Andromeda in the same family, 12.9, so it's one of the brightest, 1.2 by 1.1 arc minutes, kind of smallish. Yeah. Lenticular spiral, 256 million light years distant, puts it about 75,000 light years in diameter, with an RA of 1818, declination of plus 30, 0417. Okay, now we're on to NGC 69. And it is part of that same group, obviously. Galaxy and Andromeda, 14.8, so a fainter member, 0.5 by 0.3 arc minutes, so it should have a fairly high surface brightness, although quite small. Right ascension 1820 with a declination of plus 30, 0223. More? NGC 70, let's see where it centers up this time. 100%. Okay, I'm going to center up the Galaxy group again. Once again, an Andromeda 13.5, 1.6 by 1.4 arc minutes, spiral with a lowercase bc, 321 million light years distant, probably about 130,000 light years in diameter. Somewhere between ourselves and Great Andromeda Galaxy. Right ascension 1822 with a declination of plus 30, 0446. And still more galaxies. Here's natural centering right here. I will push the Galaxy group towards the center of the screen. This one's NGC 71 and Andromeda 13.2, 1.5 by 1.2. Lenticular spiral with some peculiarities, and you would expect so in such a tightly knit group of galaxies. 302 million light years distant, RA 1823, declination plus 30, 0346. Now we're off to NGC 72, allowing it to naturally center on the screen and then posting it up. NGC 72, once again, is part of that same group of galaxies. Andromeda 13.5, 1.1 by 0.9 arc minutes. So just visible in a 12-inch scope, 314 million light years distant, maybe 80,000 light years in diameter. RA 1828 with a declination of plus 30, 0225. Here we have another crawler going across the screen, NGC 72A, Galaxy and Andromeda, the same group, magnitude 14.7, although it's a naturally 7.3 center. 0.3 by 0.3 elliptical, 311 million light years distant. Right ascension 18 minutes 34 with a declination of plus 30 degrees, 2 minutes and 9 seconds. There is our 150x view. Okay, same group. Let's let it capture another image from the beginning. I skipped over NGC 73 because it was in Cetus. And I wanted to go ahead and see if we had any more in this Galaxy group, which of course we do. Looks like we're progressing east this way to the top of the screen. Maybe it'll be this edge-on Galaxy. NGC 74 is Galaxy and Andromeda, magnitude 16. So it's going to be exceedingly faint. 0.8 by 0.3 arc minutes. Spiral with a lowercase b, 317 million light years distant, so it's fallen in with the rest of them. Right ascension 1849, declination plus 30, 0339. And doing the zoomage on that. Okay, we're just about to exit that group. I've skipped over some more, but here is our next view. It's a NGC 76, magnitude 13, 1 by 0.9 compact. 329 million light years distant, maybe 85,000 light years in diameter. It's probably the brighter galaxy here. It's possible we'll also get this fainty. We're at 1937 in terms of right ascension minutes and seconds. Declination plus 2956.02. You can tell we've gone deep south again. This time into Cetus, probably the galaxy right here, magnitude 13.6 for NGC 73, 1.7 by 1.2, spiral with a lowercase bc, 344 million light years distant, maybe a little larger than the Andromeda galaxy, and there's our view. We're at right ascension 1839, declination minus 15 degrees, 19 minutes, and 19 seconds for NGC 73, jumping back after the galaxy group. Okay, quickly, we're running out of time. Interesting star there. NGC 75, Galaxy Pisces, 13.2, 1.5 by 1.5, lenticular spiral, 260 million light years distant. Right ascension 1926 with a declination of plus 6, 2657. Back down into Cetus for NGC 77. Not a bad view, that deep south galaxy. Magnitude 15, 0.4 by 0.4, lenticular spiral. Very distant, 852 million light years. Right ascension 2001, declination minus 22, 3156. Racing through and pausing out. NGC 78A, Galaxy in Pisces, magnitude 13.7, 1.1 by 0.7, spiral with a bar, lenticular A, 235 million light years distant, right ascension 2025, declination plus 49 minutes 34 seconds. Okay, we have NGC 78B, just a click away. And given the fact that I'm pressed for time, I am now making mistakes. I was making them before anyway. Galaxy in Pisces, 13.5, 0.7 by 0.6, very tight lenticular spiral, 245 million light years, 20 minutes, 27 seconds, declination of plus 50 minutes, odd. NGC 79, Galaxy in Andromeda. Let's turn it up. I'm going to push the magnification any further. Magnitude 15, 0.5 by 0.5, lenticular spiral, 244 million light years. Right ascension 2102, declination plus 22 degrees, 34 minutes, 8 seconds. 79 had a bright neighbor, NGC 80. I'll push the magnification up. They were centering right there. Give you a chance to see them as I once again stroke the keypad for NGC 80 data, Galaxy Andromeda, 12.1 magnitude, 2.2 by 2, lenticular spiral, 256 million light years distant, 21 minutes, 11 seconds, declination plus 22, 21, 26. NGC 80 had a faint neighbor somewhere on this screen, another galaxy group, of course. 81 is magnitude 16.4, 0.2 by 0.1, very small galaxy, just called a spiral, 272 million light years distant, 2113 plus 22 degrees, 22 minutes, 58 seconds, somewhere on the screen. Okay, we should be seeing NGC 83 on the screen, part of that galaxy group. I'll frame it for you. Andromeda, 12.5, 1.3 by 1.2 arc minute, elliptical zero, big massive globular cluster, 290 million light years distant, plus 2122, declination of 22 degrees, 26 minutes, 2 seconds. Take your pick. Okay, another member of our galaxy group. I'll push it up to here because we're trying to frame them all. In Andromeda, magnitude 14.9, 0.7 by 0.3, 295 million light years distant. RA 21 minutes 33 seconds, declination plus 22, 35, 31. Okay, 85A is also a member of our group, pushing it out. Galaxy in Andromeda, 15.5 magnitude, a little larger, 0.5 by 0.5, listed as a spiral, 275 million light years distant. RA 2125 with a declination of plus 22, 30, 42. NGC 85B, once again, part of the group, 15.5 magnitude, a little larger, 0.9 by 0.3, 3-to-1 aspect, spiral with a lowercase bc, 257 million light years distant, so somewhere around 60,000 light years in diameter. Right ascension, 21 minutes, 29 seconds. Declination plus 22, 30, 21. As you might suspect, more galaxies to go in this group. Zeroing in, galaxy in Andromeda, NGC 86, magnitude 15.7 by 0.3, spiral with peculiarities, 248 million light years distant, right ascension 2128, declination plus 22, 33, 22. Okay, we have NGC 90 continuing east. Of course, the magnification up to 150x. Galaxy Andromeda, magnitude 14.5, fairly large, 1.9 by 0.8. Spiral with a bar, lowercase c, 237 million light years distant, right ascension 2151, declination plus 22, 24 degrees. Okay, we did move a little bit on this one to NGC 93. Calling up the data. NGC 93, Galaxy in Andromeda, 13.3, magnitude 1.4 by 0.6, spiral with a lowercase b. 251 million light years distant, RA 2203, declination plus 22, 24, 29. NGC 94, also in the same region, although probably a little more distant because I heard some more clicks. NGC 94, probably one of these galaxies here. Ooh, it's faintish, magnitude 15.5, 0.4 by 0.2 arc minutes, simply listed as a spiral, 260 million light years distant. RA 2213, declination plus 22, 28, 58. Okay, fainted listed galaxy of the night is NGC 96. Its magnitude 17.7 by 0.7 arc minute, but it's a lenticular spiral, so it's probably a visual magnitude 16, 276 million light years distant. RA 2217 with a declination of plus 22 degrees, 32 minutes, 46 seconds, and I skipped the galaxy in Pisces to jump to this one. Okay, NGC 95, that galaxy right there before us in Pisces, magnitude 12.5, 2.1 by 0.9 arc minutes, spiral with a bar and a lowercase c, and you can see the annularity in this galaxy, which is typically fourth magnitudes fainter, so we're seeing down to magnitude 16.5. Spiral with a bar, lowercase c, ring, 243 million light years distant, right ascension 2213 plus 10 degrees, 29 minutes, and 30 seconds. I think this one may be worth doubling up the magnification, 300x, making out clearly and distinctly its frontier. Okay, we're really pushing the time on this one. We've had so many galaxies, more than 50, I am sure. NGC 97 is a galaxy in Andromeda, magnitude 12.3, 1.5 by 1.3, arc minute sized elliptical, 216 million light years distant. RA 22 minutes 30 seconds with a declination of plus 29 degrees, 44 minutes 42 seconds. We're getting pretty close to getting some aperture block. I should have gotten a start earlier in the evening. Okay, we're at our final galaxy for the evening, NGC 99, Galaxy Pisces, magnitude 13.6, 1.4 by 1.3 arc minutes, spiral with a lowercase c, with peculiarities, 244 million light years distant. We're at right ascension 2359, declination of plus 1546.11. Let's see if we can go out on Messier 110 this evening. Okay, here's our low power review of Messier 10 and Messier 32. We've already stacked twice, ignored none. Let's go ahead and have a deeper view of Messier 110. One thing I've noticed, I've heard about, is there is supposed to be a globular cluster that's visible with largest amateur scope somewhere in the galaxy, and I'm not sure where it's located. Have to do a little more research there. Going to play with the histogram just a little bit to improve the aesthetics. That darkens things up quite a bit, but makes it more pointillistic at times. Nice view. We're going to call this our Carpe Noctem view for the evening because we're almost at minute, half an hour into this NGC AstroVid series, NGC 50 to 99. Carpe Noctem.